Hi Aries, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is January 5th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Aries for mid-month January. Because it's a general love reading, it can pertain to any kind of situation, circumstance, or relationship that you're dealing with. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns that I'm using to describe them. You might be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the reading, so you can mix and match. Don't try to make the reading fit. You'll know if it's resonating, and you will know who you are in the reading. You might feel like I'm reading directly for you, but you could also feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. So we're going to get started here pretty soon. My intention is to reach as many people as I can who need the message the most and who will benefit from it. I want to give this deck one more shuffle, Aries, and then we're going to get started. I was halfway through a reading for you, about 15 minutes in, and then my mom called and interrupted the video, so I'm starting again. Hopefully this reading will reach, again, the people who needed it. Maybe that last reading wasn't meant to be. I don't know. I always think of it that way instead of getting frustrated and mad. It wasn't a reading that was meant to go out into the universe. So here we go, Aries. Let's see how this one turns out for you, okay? So we're going to start with the 8 of Wands in your underlying energy. And we have the 8 of Swords paired with it. The 4 of Cups in reverse. 6 of Cups. The Page of Cups. The Hanged Man in reverse. The 3 of Cups. And the 6 of Pentacles. So Aries, you might be feeling stuck or trapped. Trapped possibly by something that's been communicated to you or something that you need to communicate about. Or there might be an action that needs to be taken or an action that was taken that has you feeling trapped. Some kind of movement, some kind of situation that you are currently in that has you feeling like you can't budge, you can't move. You have to address the situation or respond to it maybe. I do feel like this has to do with a relationship, someone that you are very close to, someone that you possibly have a very long-standing relationship with. 6 of Cups can indicate someone who's a soulmate or someone who you have a soul contract with. In other words, you were meant to spend time with them in this lifetime. This might have been a wake-up call. Maybe this individual communicated with you and alerted you to something, made you aware of something that you didn't know. This does feel like it has to do with possibly more than just one other person. A group dynamic might be involved, a group of friends, group of coworkers, group of family members. I feel like it involves everyone equally, the situation that you're dealing with. Could be a financial situation, financial dynamic. Again, could be a work situation, especially with 6 Pentacles out here. Feels like whatever is going on is affecting and pertains to a group of people, not just yourself. Let's see what else we get for you, Aries. So clarifying the 8 of Wands, we have the Chariot. And the 8 of Swords is clarified by the 6 of Swords. So this could have to do with travel. This could have to do with maybe changing locations or moving. Maybe you're taking a trip. You might be moving away from something in order to release yourself from feeling trapped. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse, clarifying the 4 of Cups. The Hanged Man, again, this time in the upright position, clarifying the Six of Cups. Page of Cups is clarified by the Lovers. The Hanged Man is clarified by the Eight of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords in reverse. And the Fool is clarifying the Six of Pentacles. So there is definitely a lot of movement, a lot of activity going on around you. And again, it feels like it could be surrounding a situation where you're trying to get away from something, or you're moving away from something that has you feeling trapped, has you feeling like you can't move, but there's some kind of emotional attachment or something that you keep going back to. Maybe something's unresolved related to a relationship or an emotional attachment. You might be on the move and maybe trapped by the idea that you're leaving something behind or someone. There are other people involved. Let's get some more cards on the table. Strength. Queen of Wands. It's clarifying the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Four of Cups. Page of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse, clarifying the Page of Cups. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Cups again in reverse, clarifying the Three of Cups. And the Five of Swords, clarifying the Six of Pentacles. So the Queen of Wands is in your underlying energy. I do feel like this is your energy, Aries. Right now, I think you feel stuck or trapped, and you feel like you need to get away. You need to move away or get out of a situation. Something may have been communicated to you, or you received some news. There was some kind of event that occurred indicating that a move was needed or movement forward was necessary. A strong message of needing to move because you're trapped right now, or feeling trapped, needing to get away. And I feel like someone close to you maybe gave you this news or gave you this information or alerted you to something. And it does feel like it possibly was bad news, or not news you were hoping for, not news that you wanted. And it has you thinking, has you deep in thought, has you maybe dwelling, maybe trying to figure things out. I do feel like someone close to you delivered this news to you, or alerted you to something, made you aware of something. maybe even, it feels like this person, because we have the Eight of Swords down here in this first set of cards after your underlying energy. So this person feels like they're releasing you or waking you up to what will release you from feeling trapped. This need to get away or to escape or to move or to communicate or take action in some way, shape, or form. This person, it feels like they gave you, it was like a wake-up call or kind of a nudge in the right direction, or someone who was maybe verbally speaking, openly speaking to you about something, or communicating with you about something that you really already knew in the back of your mind, but maybe you were ignoring or not paying attention to. And this person kind of, I'm getting the image of like someone shaking somebody awake. But it doesn't feel like this information or communication wasn't something you already knew. It feels like there may have been some reckless or irresponsible actions taken, or something happening in relation to a connection. Some kind of careless or reckless actions. Were taken in relation to a connection. This Queen of Pentacles feels like the person that you're dealing with this Queen of Pentacles is removed, as is, now the Queen of Pentacles has a lot of different meanings when she's in reverse, but in this particular deck, I think it's the White Sage deck. I'm forgetting the name of the actual deck itself, but in this deck, this queen, when the court cards are in reverse, it's like the shadow side of the individual, right? But this Queen of Pentacles in this deck, it's more about this person being ostracized or removed or taken out of a situation, or separating themselves out of a situation that's not equal give and take. In other words, this person possibly is someone who is still a loyal, caring individual, someone who's grounded, someone who can take care of themselves. But in the reverse in this deck, this person is not being treated well, or is not participating in equal give and take type relationships, so they are removed, or they've removed themselves. And so I feel like this person might be separated from you, or perhaps you're not communicating with this person, but there's something here about needing to return to whatever occurred within this relationship, maybe to repair things, or to help this person see a different perspective, or maybe you seeing a different perspective, getting unstuck from a relationship or something that happened within a relationship that might have you right now feeling trapped, whereas you need to move on, you need to get away, you need to escape, but you need to return to this first, maybe to close things out, or to address issues, or address some mistakes that were made, some actions that were taken that were careless, maybe resulted in something that happened within this connection. And this is pertaining to a group of people, not just two. There may have been conflict, there may have been fighting. And I feel like it was on both sides, or, like I said, within a group dynamic. And there's a sense that once maybe you clear things up, or once you're able to get out of your head about the situation, that you can have a new start. So the Queen of Wands, Aries, is your energy, and the Queen of Wands individual, this is somebody who is very ambitious, somebody who has leadership qualities. This is somebody who is quite capable of going after what she wants. This person can be someone who gets a lot of attention, maybe has a wide circle of friends. And again, I'm feeling like there's something about a relationship or connection that you might need to return to resolve some issues or close something out before moving on, before moving forward. Let's see what else we get for you, Aries. So clarifying the Chariot, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords is clarifying the Six of Swords. Seven of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Knight of Swords, clarifying the Lovers. Eight of Cups is clarified by the King of Swords in reverse. The Empress in reverse. And the Fool is clarified by the Page of Cups in reverse this time. So this may be, we've got the Two of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, Five of Cups. This looks like it could be an unresolved issue or the closing out of a relationship, moving on after a relationship breakup. But there's the Eight of Cups on here twice in reverse, indicating there's a need to return or need to go back before moving on, making things right. Closing out something or bringing closure to something, a conflict that affected more than just you, affected a group of people. It certainly affected you and this Queen of Pentacles. And there's a need to go back and fix things. Because for now you're stuck with grief. It feels like some connection, somebody that you're close to. I don't feel like it was this Queen of Pentacles, but somebody that you are connected to came around and shook you and said, you need to wake up and see what's going on here. Unless you take action, you won't have the opportunity to move on past this, or you are wanting to make these moves, wanting to take this action, wanting to move forward. But until you do something about what's happened between you and, I feel, this Queen of Pentacles, things can't move forward. Things need to be made right. And until that happens, you're stuck with the grief. You're stuck with what's happened in the past. And I feel like you knew that, but for whatever reason, whatever this person did, it's coming across as a King of Swords energy, this person. almost feeling like they're reprimanding you. This person feels like they're reprimanding you and telling you, and this could be vice versa. This person could be approaching this Queen of Pentacles and saying, look, you need to go contact Aries and fix this. This person has had harsh words and is basically, I keep getting this image of someone being shaken while they're in a deep sleep, someone being shaken awake. And somebody's very angry, either at you or at this Queen of Pentacles, and saying, look, you can't get out, you can't move on, you can't get out of the situation, you can't go in the direction you want to go until you deal with this situation. Something keeping you from moving forward, something keeping you trapped, and it has to do with making things right. I do get the sense, Aries, and again, you can mix and match the roles. You could also be this King of Swords, so you could be anybody in this reading. I am reading for an Aries, and I'm reading for the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands right now is trapped by wanting to move past the situation, but being stuck with having to make things right. You have to make things right first, and then you can move on. And there's been this harsh communication by this King of Swords who is angry. That it feels like maybe this Queen of Pentacles hasn't been heard or hasn't had the opportunity to make things right or have things made right in this relationship, this connection. It feels like there were some careless actions taken, maybe some selfish actions, and it's affected, again, more than just the Queen and the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. There's a group of people, could be family dynamic, could be a group of friends, group of co-workers, but because it's affecting more than just you, there is this communication, this message that things need to be made right first before you move on from this, before you move away from this broken relationship. And you know, you've got strength and the Eight of Wands here in your underlying energy, Aries. It feels like you're the party to make this happen. You're the person who's going to make this happen. Have the communication, make the move, initiate the conversation. Whether this means just coming out in the open with what went wrong, or apologizing, or communicating so that there can be closure, or dealing with some legal issues that need to be closed out before you move on. Until that happens, you're going to be stuck with the grief. And by grief, I could mean, you know, that this could mean emotional grief, but it can mean other kinds of hardships as well. Maybe financial. And again, it's not just affecting you, Aries. It's it's affecting a group of people. Again, could be family members, co-workers, friends. But until this happens, you know, the new beginning, the new start, the fresh start, being able to start over, taking a chance on a new beginning is available to you, but not until the issues are addressed within this other connection with this Queen of Pentacles. And you recently received communication. I do believe this King of Swords is also the Six of Cups to you. So this is somebody you're close to. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is as well. These could be family members. But this person, it could have had harsh words with you and the Queen of Pentacles, or one or the other, indicating that someone needs to make a move, someone needs to fix things, someone needs to make things right. And with strength in your underlying energy, I do feel, Aries, the ball is in your court to do this. based on what I see so far. So we have the Chariot again, clarifying the Chariot. So there is definitely a desire to, or you're in progress of actually making a move, moving forward with something. Again, this could be an actual move. You could be taking a trip. You could be relocating for a new job, or even just making a move towards a new relationship. There is movement afoot, but not until you resolve the issues at hand. And the Tower with the Eight of Swords here in your underlying energy. King of Wands. The Magician. The Devil. Three of Cups in reverse. Two of Pentacles. And the Three of Wands. You might be waiting for an apology or someone to come forward to you to address this issue. That maybe you feel like both parties, not just you, are responsible, but this other person is responsible, as responsible as you are, in making things right. And maybe even there's Three of Cups came out twice now. It could be maybe the whole entire group, or whatever group dynamic you're dealing with, group of friends, family members. Everybody has an equal part in this conflict. Everybody's taken part in whatever's gone wrong. And you might feel like you're not the only responsible party in this situation in making things right before you can move forward. Again, I don't know if there's finger pointing. I don't know if people are playing the blame game in this situation, but it feels like there's some kind of decision being made, or determination of who's to blame, or who needs to fix things, or who needs to initiate conversation, or who needs to address the issue. But something needs to be done because the whole group is being affected. And I do feel like there's still this decision making happening on how this will happen, who's going to take responsibility. And Aries, frankly, based on what I'm seeing right now, it looks to be you. And I don't know if that's good news or bad. It feels like it's bad news to you. It feels like this is not what you want to hear. You might be wanting somebody else to take action for you, or we're hopeful that somebody else would make a move, that somebody else would take responsibility. I do feel like it's this King of Wands who feels like a separate energy. A minor character in this group of people. I think that you may have thought that this person was going to take action to make things right. The King of Wands is somebody who would typically do something like that. This is somebody who's got leadership qualities, just like the Queen of Wands. Somebody who would take action where action is needed. Somebody who's not only afraid to take responsibility, but isn't afraid to delegate responsibility. And there's something about this person possibly being the one to release you from having to be the one to do it. This person may have also communicated with you, however. That there's something in the cards here indicating that maybe more responsibility lies on your shoulders than on this person's shoulders. Or if this person took action, it would be because this is something this person does by his nature, but he wouldn't be afraid to do it, but it's not this person's place to do it, is what I'm getting from this set of cards here. That this situation was manifested by you. You created the situation, so you have to deal with it type of situation, or you made your bed, now you have to lie in it. And I feel like you received this message reluctantly. And this King of Wands could be the individual. I feel like the King of Wands and King of Swords possibly could be the same person. This person may have said, look, I'm willing to do this, but you're actually the one who's responsible for it. And if it doesn't come out of your mouth, or if it's not initiated by you, then it's not going to feel sincere. And you might put this new opportunity, this new beginning at risk if you don't take the initiative to make things better. And I just want to remind all of you watching this video, if you are the Aries and you are resonating with this reading, and you do feel like you are the Queen of Wands in this scenario, I'm not throwing shade, and I'm not laying blame, and I'm not pointing fingers. I am just reading what I see in the cards. But based on what I see in the cards, Aries, and this setup here in your underlying energy, for me, really says it all. That unless you take responsibility with the situation, there's a reason why you're feeling trapped by this. And it's because you're responsible for making things right. Whatever happened because of something that you did. Actions that you took. And again, I don't necessarily feel like there's a blame game going on here, although I do feel like this King of Swords has been pretty harsh with you. And it could be that this king was just got angry and upset because he realized that this is affecting not just you, but a group of people that surround you, group of loved ones, family members, friends, like I said. And this person could just be annoyed at being and pissed at being involved in this situation and feeling the repercussions of the situation when it's because of actions that were taken by somebody else. So some action needs to be taken in regards to this relationship, because something went wrong within this relationship. Some poor decisions were made, or some poor actions taken. Against this Queen of Pentacles that needs to be rectified. And Aries, you need to do it. Spirit's saying you need to go ahead and take responsibility. Now, the good news is this isn't just all, about making things right because someone's to blame and someone needs to take responsibility. There is a lot of positive energy in this reading. The Chariot twice in your energy tells me that you can definitely move past this conflict within this relationship, but you've got to make things happen. You have to move forward by taking action. And I think that the first step is clear, concise, and deliberate communication. Honest communication. fast communication. There is also indication here that this needs to happen now, that you've probably waited long enough. But as soon as actions are taken, you're going to free yourself from the situation, and you can have your new start. You can start over. You can have a new beginning. Your ships will come in. You've been manifesting positive things into your life, Aries, and you can have those things, but whatever happened here within this group dynamic, this relationship with this Queen of Pentacles, needs to be resolved first. That's very clear in this message. So, I do feel like you're resistant to this change, but the universe is going to make it happen regardless. So I think also the cards are indicating that the clock is ticking, and if you don't take steps forward to make things happen soon with your own free will, is that the one? I'm going to keep shuffling. That things will start falling into place on their own, and it might not be the way you want it to be, you know, unless you take the initiative to move things in the right direction, the way you want them to be, the way you want to orchestrate them. It'll be done for you, and it may not be to your liking. In other words, what I'm trying to say. Let's go ahead and take this card, Dreams of Gaia. I'm going to close out this reading. We got the Seven of Fire, which is the Seven of Wands. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, the Seven of Fire is all about standing your ground, maybe feeling like you need to defend a stance, a situation, yourself, fighting for what's right. I know that this card is about intuition and about listening to your intuition. I am going to read it from the book. It might be kind of a lengthy passage, but I'm going to read it anyway. And this turned out to be kind of a long reading, but is what it is, Aries. Okay. It's about a page. It's not too bad. Seven of Fire. The Seven of Fire represents the development and use of one's intuition to see the way forward and predict possible outcomes. Intuition is that gut feeling. It is an instinctual or unconscious knowing that when you heed it, can keep you safe from making mistakes and lead you to being in the right place at the right time. It is a feeling of recognition that we often ignore, but if we choose to heed, can have us moving through life in harmonious accord with our surroundings. In actively using and then trusting your intuition on a regular basis, you may find you observe more, and in turn you learn more. You start to see and take notice of signs and messages along the way. You take notice of those little inexplicable coincidences and moments that keep repeating, and if you heed them, can take you on an adventure of discovery, revealing not only the truths you seek, but also your reason for being. Using and heeding your intuition can lead you to opportunities and experiences that offer the potential to both fulfill you and inspire others. However, to trust in one's intuition requires that you look within and determine what the message means to you personally. You can ask advice of another. You can seek guidance from another, but only you know your answers. Personal interpretation is key. Trusting in the knowledge that is stored within your unconscious mind is key. Third parties can offer insight, but they see and understand life through eyes that have been shaped and influenced by their own experiences, not yours. Only you know what something means for you, specifically. Only you know if something is right for you. The Seven of Fire represents a need to actively develop or trust your intuition and instincts at this time. Look around you, observe, speak to the cards on a regular basis, and honor the truths revealed by going where your intuition leads you. I think this card is just indicating that you already know the right path to take. You already know the direction you need to go. You already knew, and I indicated this right at the beginning of the reading, that it felt like this person, this King of Swords, possibly this King of Wands, and if they're the same person, someone close to you, was just kind of shaking you awake. You already know this. Your instincts have already told you this. You may just be ignoring them, and the reason why you are in this Eight of Swords energy right now is because you're not acknowledging what you already know. and what you know to be true and what you know that you need to do in order to move forward. Accept responsibility and take action. That's the type of person that you are too, Aries. You're good at that. That's one of your talents. And not being afraid to do so, because that's just who you are. So I'm going to end that here, Aries. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you got something out of the reading and you're able to move forward with the situation. I wish you all the luck. Thank you for joining me. If you did resonate with this reading, I would really appreciate it if you like the video. Share it if you want. Subscribing would be great. Leaving a comment would be awesome. Or all of the above. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining me, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye. Bye, Aries.